Okay, so it's time for a spring reading wrap-up, and honestly, I barely read at all. But the good news is, a lot of the time that I would normally have spent reading, I've been spending working on my own book, and I'm currently sending out my query letters trying to find an agent, so I'm kind of okay with the fact that I've been doing that instead of reading. I only have 6 titles to discuss for the whole of my spring reading, but luckily they were all pretty good, so let's get right into it. I'm gonna start with my least favorite, and that was book 1 in the School for Good and Evil series. This just fell really flat for me. I liked the general idea. I really liked that there were gay characters in a middle grade novel, but overall, I was just really bored while reading this book. The big plot twist took forever to happen and was incredibly obvious, so I was just really unhappy the whole time I was reading. I think I'm gonna continue reading the series because I hope that now that that twist is out of the way, they'll get better, but I might just stop after this one. Now on to things I did enjoy. I read The Friday Society by Adrian Kress. This book satisfied my reading goal for picking an author with the same initials as you, AK. So I picked this up pretty randomly. I just typed into book outlet, authors with the last name K, found her, read the synopsis and thought, it looks fine, it's about a bunch of girls doing adventures, whatever. And it ended up being awesome. I loved this book. I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads and it was super fun. This book follows Cora, Michiko, and Nellie. They each take turns narrating, and they're each an apprentice of some sort. We have a samurai, an inventor, and a magician. They team up to take down the big bad that's plaguing steampunk-esque London, and it was just really fun. I just enjoyed reading it. All the characters were really good and strong, yet they were each really different. Like, I definitely knew who was narrating immediately. I think we've all read a book that has multiple narrators where everyone sounds the same and it's so frustrating, but this book did a really good job distinguishing each woman to the point where they're all so good I kind of don't have a favorite. I've heard some people complain about this book saying that it's not as steampunk as it should be. I don't really know anything about the steampunk genre, so I didn't have any problems with it. I just thought it was a really fun read. So if you're looking for something fast-paced, action-packed, and very much a girl power story, I definitely recommend The Friday Society. Continuing with a girl power historical theme, I read A Tyranny of Petticoats. This is edited by Jessica Spotswood. It's a collection of short stories. They're all historical fiction and they're all starring a female protagonist. Some of my favorite authors like Marissa Meyer are in here, and some of them are people I had never heard of before but am now really eager to read more. My favorite stories in this were High Stakes by Andrea Kriener, City of Angels by Lindsay Smith, and Pulse of the Pantsers by Kekla Magoon. Like all anthologies, there were some stories I enjoyed more than others, but they were all really good. Some were funny, some were sad, some were intense and violent. Some included magical things, and some were very honest to history. There's also a huge time range in this. The earliest book is from, what is it? The earliest one is from 1710, and we go all the way through the 1960s. So if you're not sure about historical fiction, I think this is a good one to read anyway, because it's just short stories, they take place in a bunch of different time periods, and you can kind of just sample what you like. The 3 stories I mentioned as my favorites all did a really good job of tackling issues beyond what they were directly saying. For example, in High Stakes, it's about mythical creatures, but if you remove the magic, it's about a white woman who fell in love with a black guy and is suffering the social consequences of it. All the authors did a great job, and I really look forward to reading more of their stuff. And I'm going to talk about these last 3 as one because I finally read volumes 1 through 3 of Saga, and oh my god. I think that I was honestly just starting to believe that there was no way Saga was going to live up to my expectations because everyone says it's amazing, but it's better than I thought it was going to be. I think I was kind of turned off because of the cover of volume 1. It just seems, I don't know, I guess breastfeeding just grosses me out because babies freak me out. Everyone would talk about how great Saga was, but no one could really pinpoint why they liked it so much. So I kind of just figured it was one of those things that was starting to be popular just because it was popular. You know, like people hear something is supposed to be good, therefore they just decide that it is. But Saga was honestly amazing. It tackles huge issues. It's a little bit hard to talk about without spoiling things because this is a really plot-driven series. But you have issues of like racial discrimination, class, religion, sexuality, definitely adult content, lots of sex, lots of blood. I'm trying to take a little bit of a break before I read more because I want more issues to come out because I need to read all of them. Volume 3 here ended at a pretty satisfactory spot, so I think I'm just gonna wait until a few more issues come out. Right now only 4 and 5 are available, and with how quickly I read these, I know that I'll read both of those in a day, easy. So if you haven't picked up Saga yet, I really recommend it. I'm so on the bandwagon that I might as well be driving it. It's amazing. Also, because the colors they pick, they look really pretty on your shelf, and that's important. So there you go. It may not have been a lot, but that's my spring reading wrap up. As I said, I had a really good reading session, and I'm really excited about these books, so if you just want to start a discussion with me in the comments, I will go on and on about how good some of these were, because seriously, I just want to talk about how good they were. All that being said, I hope your week is going well, and I'll see you next time.